Welcome everybody to Church Insider. This is the book talk section, and we will actually only be focusing on one book this whole episode. We're going to take a really deep dive and explain more about it because it is coming out tomorrow, so you're actually getting a sneak peek. So this book is Secrets of the Gold Wars, Volume 2. This is the deluxe edition. And I'll go over what the difference is between just the standard. So, it's got a really nice cover, and I'm just going to, for now, just read the chapter title to you. So, Chapter 1 is Interlude, and that is basically just talking about the transition when we didn't have a Gold War, that in-between period. Then we have Again, is Chapter 2. Chapter 3, What a Week. It's actually a fairly long chapter, and it is just 1 week. Clues is Chapter 4. Chapter 5, The Meeting, referring to the December meeting. Chapter 6, The End and the Beginning. You can read and see what that's all about. It's a fairly long chapter. Chapter 7, Slowing Down or Speeding Up. That was during the long break that we had. Happy ending? ? So, a lot of deep thoughts about, is it a happy ending or not? And then, the one and only, Chapter 9. And the reason I say that is because I'm going to go back to the beginning of the first chapter. And the first sentence of the book says, Gold War II continued is not what it seems. And then I go here to the Manipulation War chapter. That's the name of it. Now, Manipulation War, what? You may be thinking that. And I'm just going to read this first little part for you. So it says, if you can remember back to the first line of the book, I said, the Gold War continued. Gold War II continued is not what it seems. In this chapter, I will explain why. You may be asking yourself why this chapter is called Manipulation War, since there was never a Manipulation War. To answer your question, I have to go back to July of 2018. But before I do, I would like to tell you that there was a Manipulation War. So, obviously, that's a little bit intriguing. Then you have a bunch of asterisks across, and it goes into a whole thing, and it goes back to July 2018. So what is significant about July 2018? That was during the interlude, which alluded to at the beginning of the book. And Gold War II continues, not what it seems. So let me just read in a little bit here. Me and Israel decided that we needed some action, and we wanted to basically create profiles on what people were like. How they responded to different situations, and the only true way you can do that is if you control the situations. So we decided we were going to make Gold War III, and we were going to control everything about it. It was going to be awesome. We were going to get a lot of intel, and we weren't going to tell everybody, so everybody was going to think it was a normal war. And that's what we did, and it was pretty awesome. We controlled that everything. We controlled the one trial at the very beginning, where that camera scene. No, we shot that. That was all staged. So you may be a little mad, but anyway, you can read through the chapter, and it basically goes and how we were thinking, what we were thinking when we did stuff. And so I would highly encourage you to read that. It's very interesting. Maybe a little bit of a shock that, Manipulation War is what Gold War II continued actually was. So where did Manipulation War come into play? We didn't want a Gold War III because it technically wasn't really a Gold War. It was different. That's why we came up with Manipulation War. And if you look on the back of all the documents, it actually has something that says applies to Manipulation War. And that was due to the law obstruction of a legal document that we signed. And the reason we signed that document was only for Manipulation War purposes. So now we head to the author's notes section. And this, it depends. This is where it changes. So this whole front part, the whole actual book, is the same in the deluxe and not deluxe. However, it changes at author's notes, where this is the deluxe. You get a lot of extra stuff in the author's notes compared to in the regular version. I believe you only get the letters that were sent between Strong Silence and Peacefully Good. So this one has a lot more. So this one says Peacefully Good entries. It has entry 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. It has all those entries, which is really nice. Then it has also a bunch of important things, like the Level Tech membership. Goes out and tells you everything about that. Cold War II continued surrender terms. This is really cool because if you go back to the original, there's a faint thing that says applies to Manipulation War. On the official copy, they are in a light gray. It just pretty much looks like a white. Nobody noticed. They all signed it. So that's a cool thing to see. I highlight it in black so you can see it. We have a bunch of different forms in here. Obstruction of a legal document. Check that out. Look at the wording on it. All that stuff, a bunch of different forms, and then a lot of the section is the spontaneous guide. So you can pay extra for that, or you can have it built into the back of your book, and it has the entire guide here, which another time in the book talk we will go over the guide, but obviously this one's just for this. So this is a must-buy, I would say, because you need to learn what actually happened, because you don't know. Even if you're a part of it, you don't know. So must buy. It's up to you if you want deluxe or not deluxe, or if you want Histories of the Cold War, which has Volume 1 and Volume 2. It's up to you, but I would highly recommend that you get one of these, because you need to know what happened. Even though you think you might know, you don't know. You don't know truly what happened, because we controlled most of it. And that might come a bit of a shock, so I'd highly recommend you reading it. But yeah, here it is, coming out tomorrow. It's going to be good. I can't wait to see people's reactions. It'll be interesting. I'm not sure if it'll be positive or negative, but either way, it's time to let everybody know. So, thank you guys for watching. As always, check out the overview session, which I'll be having. It'll be published in a couple days, which will be how people responded, and also the product section when we get some new important products to Level Tech. So thank you guys.